If it's hard-hitting action you like, then this is the show you'll want to watch. Some of the biggest crashes in the business will happen here during the Team Demolition Derby just outside of Chicago. Welcome to Lucas Oil on the Edge.
Go! Got it tacked up, and if you get too close, you're getting cracked up. Stone cold when I roll, coming out of the hole. Get back, cause I'm out of control.
The fans always pack the stands when the Team Demolition Derby comes to town here at Route 66. Everybody having a great time, and you will too. Hard-hitting action coming, courtesy of the Lucas Oil Team Demolition, presented by General Tire. Down on the grounds and in the middle of all the action is our good friend, Rob Klepper.
It's called Team Demolition Derby. Not your normal demolition derby. It requires teamwork. Tonight, 8 teams at Route 66 Raceway. You got the runners, the blockers, and the crushers, a.k.a. what I like to call, boys, the executioner. If you're a runner, hey, get out front, complete the 5 laps, you move on. If you're a blocker, help that runner stay out front and complete the 5 laps. If you're a crusher, crush anybody that's on the racetrack. 8 teams are racing. It's going to be fun here tonight at Route 66.
It's in your blood. There's just no doubt about it. It's an adrenaline rush, even if you're actually physically not in the cars, just to watch this. I mean, it's so intense.
And it's no holds barred racing, so you're really getting up to top speed out there, doing 40, 45 sometimes, and that's going pretty quick. And for some reason, we just can't get enough of it. Once you're in it, you're in it.
There's a lot of strategy, a lot of skill, a lot of work goes in a lot of these cars, and it's a unique sport that it's almost addicting.
Yeah, a lot of times the people think they just bring a bunch of junk cars out here, but that is far from the case as we take a look at a couple of teams that will kick the action off here in Stranglehold and Damage Inc. Rob?
Guys, the 2005 champion Stranglehold take on Damage Inc. Keep an eye on the 87 of Sneaky Pete. Yeah, they all got cool nicknames here in Team Demo. A great battle getting ready to go here at Team Demo.
Rob doing a great job down there. Brian Olson sitting alongside, and they throw the green flag here to get this one started. But as I was saying before, and as we heard Sneaky Pete say, there's so much work that goes into these cars. And this is anything but just a hillbilly contest. Come out here, bring what you got. These guys put a lot of thought into it.
Yeah, no 4H fair competition. Whoa!
And that's why the fans love this right here.
Watch this replay. No 4H fair competition is what I was about to say, and there is proof of it right there.
Just sailing across the infield, and that's what the Crushers do. That is their job as we go on board with Kyle Thompson. Kyle trying to get that big thing to rotate there, and they put a lot of mud out here, and the reason they do it is to slow these guys down so they don't kill each other.
Yeah, I mean, you take a Sneaky Pete Ryan, who you just talked to a moment ago. He's actually been banned from this facility a time or two because of his driving and sometimes where he hits. Now, you can't hit in the driver's door. That's rule number 1. You cannot hit in the driver's door. If you do, that's one way to get disqualified.
Yeah, and those are fighting words, too. These guys aren't afraid to climb out of these things after the event is over if you do a driver door hit and perform a little frontier justice, if you will.
There you go, right there. On board with Kyle Thompson. We'll watch this maybe again in replay. A little tap right there.
Yeah, I mean, he had him lined up for a moment, but Swan able to sneak around and keep the momentum going. He's the runner, and as you can see, so far putting the laps in nicely for Damage Inc.
Yeah, Stranglehold, who's always in the white. That was going to be a big one right there. Mike Noble trying to do his job. He'll go all the way across the track and try to do it right here. But Team White and Stranglehold, this is
and
going
he
to
squared him up, man. He squared him up. Swan was thinking to himself, all right, I'm just going to hang out here and let him commit to a direction, and I'll go the other way. But then he couldn't get going fast enough.
Man, you can't put that thing in reverse fast enough. He's found it now. Oh, man. Wow. You see that hit. Unbelievable.
All right, so now Damage Inc. has a new runner that will pick up and carry on where Swan left off. That'll be Kyle Thompson.
Wow, man, oh, man. I mean, they were up. I mean, Clearly 4 laps to none, but there are the remains of a front hit followed by a back hit.
Yeah, Swan is done. Nothing left in that one but steam. And that's another thing we should talk about. I mean, these teams come out here with a lot of cars prepared to go rounds.
Yeah, you go rounds, baby. You got cars that won't make it. You got others in the waiting area. Your winners, Damage Inc.
Excellent stuff.
Man, that was just a f***ing blast. Sorry about that. I don't think I was supposed to do that.
Yeah, they're a special breed, no doubt about it. We've got a lot of great banged-up action coming at you.
This Lucas Oil On the Edge telecast is brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, anywhere is possible. ReadyLift.com. Don't just lift it, ready lift it.
All right, the fans lined up here for the autograph session in the Lucas Oil Team Demo event here at Joliet, Illinois. Oh, yeah. These guys, I mean, they come in here hours ahead of time, tailgating. They have a blast. It is a full-on event, and they pack the stands every single year. Let's get it down to Rob.
Formerly known as Beyond Driven, it's Seek and Destroy boys taking on the 2011 defending Team Demo champions. They already have a round to win this year. Brian Anderson, the boys, known as Team Reckoning. They told me, we want the championship. Well, they got to win a round to get there.
Look at that crowd, man. Standing room only. Isn't it bizarre?
That's what it's all about. They throw the green flag. We are off and running. Look at the Crushers backing up or hanging out in the back. They're the last two, and they've already begun the games.
And once again, the idea is that you have one driver for sure that's making laps no matter what. His main deal is to make laps, and this is going to start. Oh, man.
I mean, that is great teamwork right there.
Yep.
You could see what would have been a runner. Instead, it was a blocker. Held him up, lined him up for one of the Crushers to finish him off.
Boy, he got whacked too, man. I guarantee you that. And I will tell you this, as we mentioned earlier, we actually saw the water truck on this track to try to slow these drivers down, because at the end of the day, this is a track that they actually run sprint cars on and some really fast late models and such. And you get a lot of volume of space here. You can pick up some big time speed. Here's one. Whoa!
Woo! Oh man, peeled off at the last moment. Looked like it was going to be a driver's door hit. You know, another thing they do, another trick, is some concrete inside of those tires to keep those things alive as well. They don't go flat.
Yeah, the rules of these things are pretty wide open, and you can see that most of them have header pipes, you know, coming through the hood, the bigger share of them. Obviously, the suspensions are way up in the air and are tied down rock solid, and for whatever reason. And the one thing about these drivers, hitting them in the front and blowing the radiator out, don't mean a thing. They got plenty of cars in the pits.
Yep, you just keep going and watch the drivers. He's got that shoulder harness on, but that's about it, man. I mean, it's crazy.
They get flopped around there like a tuna fish now. I'm not kidding you.
Yes,
Boom!
they do.
Look at that.
Massive hit right there, a head-on collision.
Watch the driver. Oh, man.
Big boys in there just going at it. It is not a game for the meek, for sure.
I could not do that, man. I'm kidding you. I'm not kidding you. I could not do it.
So Reckoning really dominating this particular round here with 4 laps complete, 1 lap to go, and they'll be able to put the Seek and Destroy team away.
I got to tell you, it's rare that you see in round number 1 dominance like we did so far in these first two events here.
Nick Hartug now trying to complete that final lap. Here he comes. The exit at turn number 4. He gets a little help from a teammate and a blocker and wraps it up. Let's get it down and talk to our winner.
Team Reckoning, Nick Hartung, you got a little mud on you. I took some shrapnel as well, but talk about that battle out there, man. Nice job.
Hey, man, just going out there to win. Got to make some laps. Got a couple of hits there. Seek Destroy is a tough team, but so we knew before we went out there we're a good team and we can win against them guys, and went out there and did what we had to do and win.
And that's exactly who you want for a driver. Good left side weight, and if you got to throw down afterwards, he's
Got
your man.
that too.
We'll be right back with more. The boys are throwing down here at the Team Demo. Yep, plenty of good eats and anything goes out here, man. It's like coming to Mardi Gras. All right, Mean Green is up next against the Orange Crush. And once again, with more, let's get it down to Rob Klepper.
It's the fan favorite, Orange Crush, 2010 national champions and the 8-time national champions, Mean Green Machine. Gonna be tough here in round number 1. And speaking of tough, guys, check this out. I took a little shrapnel. You can see the bald spot. Yeah, it's all covered up there. Bosley, I'll be calling you. But guys, Mean Green and Orange Crush gonna be fun here right now.
Like I said, it's kind of like Mardi Gras. Anything goes. So Rob Klepper is in the house and apparently out there playing in the mud as well.
I got to get one of those masks. That's all I know. Man, oh man.
You don't need one. All right, Mean Green Machine and Orange Crush going at it here as they get things started, and already a massive hit there into turn number 1.
Yeah, I mean, this thing is stacked big time with a lot of big players. You look at Carl Brower there, but this baby's got Record Decker in it, and that was Ryan right there. And also stacked in this field, Zach Van Allen, Cadillac Zach, who will drive just about anything. He's been on several teams over the past 4 years here.
And that replay courtesy of Ready Lift Off-Road Suspension. And I think the Wrecker's going to need some Ready Lift Off-Road Suspension to carry a bunch of this junk out of here at the end of the night. But, you know, we always talk about it, too. Where do they come up with these cars? We constantly see these big Cadillacs out here, and just when you think they don't exist anymore, these guys show up with a pile of them.
Yeah, they have to be traveling the Midwest or whatever. They got to be going everywhere because when you come here, there's more than you'll ever see in a new Cadillac dealership when they were set and new in the old days. But there's plenty of caddies on board, no doubt.
I don't know how that dip was staying inside of that one. It looked like the axle was sliding in and out, but number 69 there, that is Carl Brower trying to hang in and put some laps up on the board for Orange Crush.
And there's old Cadillac Zach, and try to do what he can do. And Cadillac, once again, he's been around for a long time. The Van Allen brothers, in fact, there are 3 of them. This is going to be ugly right here. Somebody's hit the wall.
And you know what? You're exactly right. I mean, you could see Van Allen, and that car had some steam, too. That guy tried to run away from him. He stood on the throttle, was keeping him pinned up against the wall as best he could, and then kisses the wall. Oh, man.
Then got hemmed up himself right there.
Just when he eliminated one of the Orange Crush members, he took a hit himself.
Look at the fans standing up and cheering. That is wild.
And that's what happens, right? You get consumed with one of the other team members, and then one of his members will lay you out.
Man, oh man. Yep, there he is. One of the legends in the sport, Cadillac Zach. And Cadillac Zach and his brothers been known for many, many years to be part of the throwdown group, if you will.
Oh, yeah. The Van Allens are not afraid to get busy. That's for sure. Great battle going on here, and the battle will continue when we come back. More hard-hitting action here at Lucas Oil on the Edge.
We love to hear from our fans. Go to www.facebook.com and become a fan of Lucas Oil on the Edge. Join our OTE private group or like our page. Then post your comments about this Lucas Oil on the Edge episode.
A great look there at the grandstands here at Route 66. This place is packed. You said it before, standing room only. The battle going on between Orange Crush and the Mean Green Machine.
Oh my gosh!
Man, 2 of them just violent hits between 2 teams that definitely do not like each other and have a lot of history. Look at watch the driver.
Yep.
Woo!
Man.
Good thing the passenger door was shut.
Woo! That's hard to watch. I'm not kidding you. It is. Wow.
Big time stuff. And I've got to tell you, man, they have laid each other out. There's only a couple of cars yet running on both teams. And this is stuff that we expect out of these teams. And you can't steer them very good.
And you can't do that right there either.
You're wondering why they miss each other. It's because everything's so tore up that they can't steer them.
Yeah, the front ends, when they get knocked off them like that, the steering box is about 12 inches away from where it's supposed to be. The steering column is way up in your face. I mean, there's no good to it whatsoever.
And they still keep digging. It doesn't matter, man.
Well, the Mean Green Machine's got one hemmed up there. Now he's looking around for his partner saying, go, baby, go. I got him all hemmed up here. I'll hold him for you.
Hand signals, right?
You got to admit, and again, it's very much a rarity, particularly with these 2 teams, that they would be this far down. Well, there's one reason right there. Somebody has lost a complete wheel and tire. And they may take this win going in reverse. I'm not sure yet.
And he's having a hard time. I mean, I think the only car still running out here. It was like you said before. There we go.
And who is it? Who would you think? Unbelievable.
Mud all over the helmet, all over the visor, inside the car, and then takes another massive hit.
Man, oh man, watch him, Zach Van Allen. Boom! Fire blew out of that engine. You see that?
Lifted the whole car off the ground.
Wow. Man, oh man, I don't get it.
Look at the fans clapping. I mean, that's what they come out here for, and they know they're going to get a show. There is nobody trying to dodge anything out here.
They definitely give it everything they got, no question about it. And look at the car.
I didn't know a front end could push up that far and still be connected. The engine is still running on that.
Still going. That's Tom Lewis.
And everybody prepares their car, let's say, to drive to California, right? Look at that thing, man. He's still running laps with it.
Not every one of them is a Cadillac. There are full-body Catalinas here and there, and a couple of the full-body Buicks and such, but Cadillac, obviously, the car of choice here. But, man, oh, man, I got to tell you, there has been some hitting in this round.
I don't think you can see where he's going. I mean, honestly,
no,
he's
you can't.
having a hard time turning the thing. And
front end's higher than the roof.
One left. The Mean Green machine there is still running.
And let me clarify this really quick. You know, we always carry on and have a good time here, but this is serious business. I want to make it clear. I mean, these guys are out for the win. And I just want to clarify that, you know, we are having some fun with it. The fans do too, and we don't want anybody getting hurt. That's the main thing. But we do have a good time with it, no doubt.
Right, just when you think it's done, he reaches down there and starts that car one more time on fire.
Fully engulfed.
I don't know about the communication here, because I still don't know that we have a runner that is finishing up the laps here.
There's your perfect example of having no steering right there. He's going to the wall to try to steer that car. It's obvious.
And not concerned about the flames underneath it at all.
No, not at all.
No, we're good to go here, man.
That's why that right front wheel, the right front wheel is 3 feet forward of where it's supposed to be. That's why. Lower control arm is gone. Unbelievable.
Still hitting people. Can't see over the hood. On fire. Can't steer it.
Oh, by the way, you're on fire.
And it looks like they're going to time out this event here. So both teams putting on a heck of a show here for the fans. That is all but a stalemate. Let's talk to our winner.
Wow.
Pretty crazy battle out there, Ken.
Yeah, for sure. That was a rough race for sure. That was one of the better races so far I've seen tonight. But Mean Green's always tough, and they do have a big fan base too, you know. So anytime you face Mean Green or even anybody out here, you know, it's going to be a tough battle no matter who it is. But my hat's off to Mean Green. They did a great job tonight, you know, and fortunately we came away with the win.
Wow, looks like he just came out of the accounting office so far.
So Orange Crush grabs a win. When we come back, it'll be Full Throttle versus the Junkyard Dogs.
This Lucas Oil On the Edge telecast has been brought to you by Lucas Oil Products, made in America, sold to the world. General Tire, anywhere is possible. ReadyLift.com. Don't just lift it, ready lift it.
Ah, yeah, grilling up some burgers out here as everybody's tailgating. Some fans of the Mean Green machine. We're at Route 66 of the Lucas Oil Team Demo here in Joliet, Illinois.
One of the greatest matchups of the night. Full Throttle versus Junkyard Dogs, and just some of the names. Bluer, Snow, Big Kahuna Vanderbilt, Jay Van Allen, Ron Johnston, to name a few, and here goes the green flagger out of there.
Boy, and a unique lineup right there as well. We don't typically see something like that. Blocking them right, I mean, almost on the grid they were blocking.
I've never seen it that way. We've been doing it for a long time here.
The Big Kahuna, car number 35 there, that is Garrett Vanderbilt. Driving for the Junkyard Dogs.
46 Levi Turnbull, and there's that 35 car of the Big Kahuna you just mentioned.
Boy, Garrett just sailing that thing around there. He's got it crossed up like a dirt late model, if you will, going the opposite direction.
And you know, you take a good look at that Big Kahuna's car, Ken. It ain't no full-size Cadillac. Oh, there's a hit right in the door. I don't know if that'll bring out anything, but I do believe it's a hit right in the door. That's what I'd say it is.
Boy, it was pretty close. I mean, he caught him there at that pillar going into the back door, so he might get away with that one.
Yeah, he did. Right there in the B pillar. This is a good matchup. The 45 machine, once again, is one of the Van Allen boys. And as I say, they've all kind of jumped ship and moved into their own different locations. This is a great race going on here.
Levi Turnbaugh, the number 46, he had some help from a teammate there, was blocking and was able to drive right on by one of the runners. But now take a look at Turnbaugh is getting some heat for sure from the Junkyard Dogs here, number 35, and that is the Big Kahuna. He'll lay you out.
Garrett Vanderbilt, who knows his way to the winner's circle, has carried many a checkered flag around this track. Trying to get the job done here as the runner, if you will.
Oh, and so close. I mean, had him squared up for a moment, was not able to seal the deal. So Full Throttle doing a good job of repping some laps off here against the Junkyard Dogs.
Oh, he missed it right there.
Whoops.
That is some driving right there on behalf of Garrett.
That was a great job right there until he missed him.
And the one thing I want to mention, I tried to get it in a while ago, that 35 is a mid-size car of some sort. It's not a big full-size Cadillac. And, you know, in some ways you got to think to yourself, if you're really looking for speed, maybe it's not a bad idea.
Yeah, right. Maybe a little lighter, a little more nimble to get around right up to the point where you get hit. But that is the problem. I mean, you very rarely get out of one of these deals without taking a big hit.
Oh, no question about that. But, again, at the end of the day, if you are kind of scheduled to be the runner, if you will, this is a good one by comparison to the...
Look out. Yeah, that's how you get it done. That'll slow Turnbaugh down.
That's got to be Joe Snow. It's got to be. Oh, man.
Man,
Hey,
just pounds him down in there as well.
Oh,
and hits the wall.
unbelievable. We got to find that out. I think he might have put himself, ow! Put himself out of action. Listen to that thing. Spin the motor out there.
Jason Bertaccio, the number 39, and all said and done, the Full Throttle, who got off to such a great start, was able to close this one off. We'll send it down to Rob Klepper, who's with him.
Number 45 for Full Throttle, Jay Van Allen. They call it a war, but the battle was won right there.
Yeah, it wasn't easy. Pretty slick out there. Hard to get some grip, but just got to keep on going. Hopefully it works out, you know.
Awesome stuff. The fans love it, and we know you love it at home, too. It is Team Demolition Derby, and we brought you the best hits of the night here on Lucas Oil on the Edge. For Rob Klepper and Brian Olson, I'm Ken Stout. Remember, you're not living unless you're on the edge.